Have you ever felt that your spiritual journey after 50 isn't progressing as it should? That there's something holding you back, but you can't quite put your finger on it? Today, we'll explore the most common mistakes people make after 50 on their path of inner growth and how you can overcome them. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see your journey in a completely new light. Many people, especially after reaching the age of 50, feel an urgent need to get there spiritually. There's a sense that time is running out, that wisdom must be attained, that enlightenment must be achieved before life's seasons pass. And yet, Ram Dass gently reminds us that life is a river, not a race. It is not meant to be rushed, not meant to be conquered, but rather to be experienced, moment by moment, breath by breath. We live in a culture that prizes results, that values achievement over presence. Spiritual growth is often thought of as a destination, a state to reach, a title to earn. But in truth, every single breath you take, every quiet moment of reflection, every small meditation holds its own sacred value. When we hurry, when we try to skip steps, we miss the subtle lessons that whisper to us in silence. The gentle nudges of our heart, the small revelations of our mind, these are the moments that actually transform us. It is entirely natural to desire progress, to want to evolve, to wish for clarity and insight. But real wisdom, Ram Dass teaches, is in understanding that the journey itself is as important as any destination we imagine. To truly evolve spiritually, one must learn to slow down, to breathe deeply, to feel the texture of each moment. There is profound beauty in simply being without needing to fix, change, or achieve. Imagine sitting quietly by a river, the water flowing endlessly. You don't rush to the end. You watch the dance of sunlight on the waves, the ripple of leaves on the surface, the small fish weaving through currents. Each of these seemingly insignificant details carries a lesson, a reminder of the world's inherent rhythm. So it is with our inner life. Each thought, each sensation, each pause in our day is meaningful if we allow ourselves to notice it. Instead of chasing external markers of spiritual success, turn your attention inward. Dive into your own awareness, your own experience. Notice how your perception changes when you simply allow yourself to be without judgment, without expectation. Perhaps a memory arises. Perhaps a feeling long buried comes to the surface. Perhaps a quiet joy blooms within you. These are the treasures of the present moment, often overlooked when we are preoccupied with arriving. The journey of spiritual growth after 50 is not about speed. It is about depth. It is about learning to listen to your inner voice, to recognize the soft wisdom that has always been there patiently waiting. Meditation, contemplation, acts of kindness, moments of gratitude, all these are not steps to be hurried, but experiences to be savored. In them, you will discover that time itself loosens its grip, that life does not need to be chased, and that your soul is not behind schedule. Ram Dass reminds us that being is enough, your presence is enough. The love you give, the awareness you cultivate, the compassion you offer, these are the real measures of growth. There is no finish line in the spiritual journey, no ultimate prize. The true reward is in the unfolding, in the delicate unfolding of life, as it is. So take a breath. Slow down. Listen to the quiet rhythm of your heart. Notice the world around you. Notice the sensations of your body, the flow of your thoughts, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Life is not a race to enlightenment. It is a dance, a gentle, ongoing celebration of being. When you allow yourself to move through life in this way, with patience, curiosity, and compassion, you will discover that every moment is sacred and every step is already the arrival you were seeking. Let go of the need to hurry. Let go of the need to accomplish. Instead, immerse yourself fully in the present, in the unfolding of each day. Learn to trust the process, to trust yourself, and to trust the quiet guidance of your own heart. In this way, the spiritual journey after 50 becomes not a frantic search for truth, but a tender, expansive, and deeply fulfilling experience. Remember, as Ram Dass would say, be here now, be present, and let the river of life carry you with grace, curiosity, and love, one breath at a time. Many of us, even after reaching the age of 50, still find ourselves trapped in the endless cycle of seeking external approval. We look to friends, family, colleagues, even strangers on social media, hoping to feel seen, validated, or accepted. And yet, in this search, we often overlook the most important relationship of all, the one we have with ourselves. Ram Dass reminds us gently but firmly that true spirituality does not depend on what others think of us. Our worth is not determined by likes, comments, accolades, or applause. The joy that lasts, the peace that sustains, comes from an internal recognition, a quiet acknowledgement that we are enough exactly as we are. When we rely on others to affirm our value, we surrender our own power and we drift further from the inner sanctuary that is our true self. Imagine your life as a river. External approval is like debris floating along the surface, sometimes distracting, sometimes overwhelming, but it does not define the depth, the richness, or the direction of the water beneath. When we chase validation, we lose sight of the river's natural flow. We compare ourselves with others, we measure ourselves against ideals, and we become anxious or disheartened. But when we turn inward, when we pause and attune to the steady current within, we discover an abiding sense of freedom. The first step in this journey is awareness. Notice when you seek approval. Perhaps it's a comment on a social post, a nod from a friend, or even a subtle reassurance from your partner. Recognize these moments without judgment and gently ask yourself, do I truly need this to feel worthy? Or can I turn to the quiet space inside where my value has always resided? Internalizing our own wisdom is not an instant transformation. It is a daily practice, a soft, persistent reminder that we are complete in our being. You may begin with a simple exercise, a practice that Ram Dass would appreciate for its gentle yet profound impact. Stand in front of a mirror for 5 minutes each day. Look into your own eyes and say aloud, I am enough. Not someday, not after achieving some goal, but right now, in this very moment, as you are. Feel each word resonate through your body. Let it sink into your heart, your mind, your very cells. At first it may feel unfamiliar or even uncomfortable. Old habits of seeking external validation die slowly, and that's okay. Be patient with yourself. With each repetition, you begin to internalize a truth that has been there all along. You are not a reflection of others' opinions. You are a reflection of the divine, the universal essence that flows through all beings. As you cultivate this awareness, notice how your relationships change. You no longer need to seek constant reassurance from others. Your presence becomes more authentic, more grounded, more radiant. You engage with people not to gain approval, but to share joy, love, and understanding. You listen without the hidden agenda of validation. You speak without the fear of judgment. And slowly, your life begins to shift from a performance to a practice of being fully, unconditionally yourself. Spirituality after 50 is not about reaching some distant, elusive state of enlightenment. It is about recognizing the divine in the ordinary. It is about embracing the present with all its imperfections and uncertainties, and understanding that each breath, each thought, each moment is sacred. When you release the need for external approval, you discover an unshakable freedom. You are no longer bound by comparisons, by expectations, or by fleeting opinions. Instead, you move through the world with grace, authenticity, and a quiet joy that cannot be taken away. So today, take a moment, pause, breathe, look into your own eyes and remind yourself, I am enough. Let these words anchor you, guide you, and strengthen the connection between your soul and the divine. As Ram Dass teaches, the journey is not about accumulating accolades or meeting external standards. It is about returning home to yourself again and again. And in that return, you will find a peace that no one else can give, a love that has been waiting for you all along. Remember, every moment is an opportunity to step out of the need for approval and into the light of your own being. It is never too late, never too small, never too ordinary. Your spirit is vibrant, your presence is meaningful, and your life exactly as it is enough. Spirituality is often spoken of as if it exists solely in the mind or the soul, a journey of thoughts, reflections, and meditation. Yet, as Ram Dass reminds us, the body is not just a vessel, it is a temple. After the age of 50, many of us make a subtle yet profound mistake, neglecting the health of the body, forgetting that it is the essential vehicle through which consciousness experiences life. Our energy, clarity of mind, and even the depth of our meditative practice are all intimately connected to the care we give to this physical form. Imagine your body as the sacred ground upon which your spirit dances. Every cell, every breath, every heartbeat carries the essence of your consciousness. Ignoring this truth leads to frustration, fatigue, and a sense of disconnect, a feeling that something vital is missing even as we strive for inner peace. But when we honor the body, when we treat it as a temple rather than a tool to be used and discarded, we awaken a deeper harmony between body, mind, and spirit. After 50, our bodies inevitably change. Energy levels fluctuate, flexibility diminishes, and aches or pains can become more common. Yet these are not limitations to mourn, they are invitations to cultivate awareness and gentleness. Gentle movement becomes a meditation, a conversation with the body. Yoga, for example, is more than a series of postures. It is a practice of listening, of opening, of acknowledging every sensation. Walking can become a moving prayer, each step a reminder of presence, grounding, and gratitude. Mindful eating, too, is a spiritual practice. Each bite becomes an opportunity to connect with the richness of life. Taste, texture, and aroma become teachers of attention. We learn to honor the body by offering it nourishment, not just fuel, but a sacred dialogue of care. Conscious breathing, slow and deliberate, allows us to feel the bridge between our internal and external worlds. Each inhale brings life, each exhale releases tension, resentment and stress that weigh heavily on both body and mind. Incorporating these simple yet profound practices transforms daily life. Showering, dressing, walking to the mailbox, these actions, when performed with awareness, become active meditation. They remind us that spirituality is not confined to a cushion or a temple. It lives in the rhythm of our cells, the flow of our breath, and the movement of our limbs. Ram Dass often said that the journey is not only about transcending the body, but embracing it fully. To honor the body is to honor life itself, to recognize that our physical vessel is the stage upon which consciousness unfolds. It is also essential to listen deeply to what the body tells us. Rest when needed, stretch when tight, hydrate when dry. Avoid pushing past limits in the name of discipline. Spiritual growth is not about harming oneself, but about cultivating love and respect for the entirety of our being. This attentiveness creates a foundation of well-being that supports deeper meditation, clearer insight, and a more profound sense of connection with ourselves and the world around us. As we age, Society may encourage us to slow down or focus on external accomplishments, but the true work lies in conscious embodiment. By blending mindfulness with physical care, we enter a space where the body, mind, and spirit move in synchronized harmony. The aches, the stiffness, even the signs of aging, when embraced with awareness, become teachers. They remind us of impermanence, of the beauty of presence, and of the miracle that is simply being alive. So, honor your body. Listen to it, move it, feed it, and breathe with it. Turn each action into an offering, each gesture into a meditation. Let the body be your ally, your temple, and your guide. In doing so, you do not separate the spiritual from the physical. You integrate them, creating a life where energy flows freely, consciousness deepens, and every moment becomes an opportunity to connect with the infinite within and around you. Spirituality after 50 is not a distant goal. It is a lived experience, found in the rhythm of your heart, the stretch of your muscles, the steadiness of your breath. The body is not a limitation to endure, but a temple to cherish. By nurturing it, you awaken a deeper wisdom, a gentleness of spirit, and a richness of presence that no book, teaching, or retreat can fully impart. Your path is alive, embodied, and luminous. Embrace it with love, and you will discover that the sacred is not somewhere you must seek. It is already coursing through every fiber of your being. Many of us spend a lifetime struggling against aging, trying to hold on to the years gone by, resisting the inevitable flow of time. We fear the changes in our bodies, the shifting of our roles, and the subtle transformations in our minds. And yet, Ram Dass reminds us that every stage of life carries its own blessings. Resistance, he teaches, brings suffering. Acceptance brings peace. There is a profound liberation that comes when we stop fighting the natural unfolding of life. After 50, it is common to feel apprehensive about stepping into new experiences. A quiet voice whispers that it might be too late to learn, too late to grow, too late to become someone different, wiser, or more open-hearted. But this belief is an illusion, a subtle form of attachment to what we have known and what we think we are. The truth is, the doors of the mind and heart never close. Every day, every moment offers an opportunity for awakening, for expanding our consciousness, and for embracing life more fully. Aging is not a loss. It is not a gradual fading of possibilities. Instead, it is an invitation to see life with clarity, to feel deeply without fear, and to move through each day with gratitude. The wrinkles on our faces, the quieting of our energy, and the experiences of joy and sorrow we carry, all of this is the body and mind's way of teaching us. Each line and scar, each shift in perspective, is a lesson in impermanence and presence. Ask yourself, in which areas of your life do you resist change? Is it in your relationships, your career, your health, or even your sense of self? Observe these moments without judgment. Watch the fear or doubt arise and simply acknowledge it. By bringing gentle awareness to these resistances, you create space for transformation. What once felt like a limitation can become a teacher. What once felt like loss can become a doorway to freedom. Ram Dass often spoke about embracing the body as it is, embracing the mind as it is, and embracing the soul's journey without clinging to the past or fearing the future. The present moment, he teaches, is not just a fleeting instant. It is the ground in which wisdom, compassion, and joy can grow. As we learn to surrender to the natural rhythms of life, we discover an inner strength that is quiet yet vast, a deep well of understanding that comes from lived experience and mindful reflection. At this stage in life, you have accumulated years of learning, love, mistakes, and triumphs. Each of these is a treasure chest, offering insight that only time can provide. When we stop resisting the flow of life and start embracing what is, we gain access to a kind of freedom that is not available to the young or the restless. Freedom from judgment, freedom from comparison, freedom from the constant chase for approval, freedom to simply be, to witness, to love, and to grow. You may notice that accepting impermanence is not a passive act. It does not mean giving up or becoming indifferent. Instead, it is a deeply active engagement with life as it is, open, curious, and tender. It allows you to move through challenges without clinging to what was, and to celebrate what is without grasping for what might come. Acceptance is a gateway leading to an expansive heart, to clarity of mind, and to peace that surpasses understanding. So today, take a moment to reflect on what you resist. Watch the ways in which fear or doubt may be limiting your experiences, and then, with kindness, allow yourself to release those chains. Embrace the impermanence of life as Ram Dass taught, and notice the transformation that arises. You may find that life opens in ways you never expected, that opportunities for joy, love, and learning continue to appear, and that wisdom grows in the quiet spaces of acceptance. Aging is not the end. It is a deepening. It is a call to presence, a call to inner peace, and a call to see the sacred in every moment. By accepting the flow of life, you align yourself with the natural rhythm of the universe. You learn that every ending carries a beginning, every loss carries a gift, and every change carries the seed of awakening. This is the art of living fully, the grace of growing older, and the beauty of embracing what is, right now. Allow yourself to be present. Allow yourself to be open. Allow yourself to surrender, and you will find that peace is not somewhere to arrive, but a companion that has been walking beside you all along. The journey of life continues, rich with possibilities, deep with wisdom, and radiant with the quiet joy that comes when we embrace the flow fully at every stage. One of the most overlooked yet profoundly transformative aspects of spiritual growth, especially after 50, is the practice of service. Ram Dass often reminded us to treat everyone you meet as if they were God in disguise. These words are not merely poetic, they are a guide to living a life of meaningful connection. Spirituality is not something that exists solely within the confines of our minds or hearts. It manifests most beautifully through acts of compassion, kindness, and service toward others. When we forget this, we miss an essential dimension of our journey. As we grow older, it becomes easy to retreat inward, to focus on personal development, meditation, and reflection. While these practices are invaluable, they reach their fullest potential when paired with outward expressions of care. Serving others is not just about grand gestures or monumental achievements. It is about the small, consistent acts of attention and love that ripple outward in ways we often cannot foresee. A genuine smile, a patient ear, a quiet moment of presence, these are the building blocks of a spiritually rich life. They are the invisible threads that connect our inner work to the world around us. Consider for a moment the power of listening. In our fast-paced, distracted culture, giving someone our full attention can feel revolutionary. When we truly listen without judgment, without planning our response, we honor the divine in the other person. We create a sacred space in which healing, understanding, and transformation can occur. Ram Dass emphasized that when we see the divine in others, we also see it more clearly in ourselves. Our service becomes a mirror, reflecting our own potential for love, patience, and wisdom. The beauty of service is that it transforms both the giver and the receiver. It dissolves the boundaries of ego, reminding us that our personal growth is inseparable from the well-being of others. In helping someone carry a burden, offering guidance, or simply being present, we step into a flow of energy that is larger than ourselves. This flow is what many spiritual traditions refer to as grace, a current that nourishes our soul while simultaneously nurturing the world. Every small act of kindness is a drop in this vast ocean, yet even the smallest drop creates ripples far beyond what we can see. Integrating service into your daily routine does not require a structured plan or a heroic vision. It begins with mindfulness, with an awareness that every interaction holds the potential for generosity. Perhaps it is helping a neighbor with groceries, offering encouragement to a colleague, or volunteering time at a local community center. Even moments as simple as holding the door, offering a warm smile to a stranger, or sending a heartfelt message to a loved one become profound spiritual practices when done with presence and intention. The key is consistency and sincerity. Small acts, repeated with care, cultivate a life infused with meaning. Service also teaches humility. It challenges the illusion of separateness, reminding us that we are all interconnected. When we prioritize others' needs without expecting recognition or reward, we dissolve the subtle threads of ego and attachment that often bind us. Ram Dass frequently spoke about the liberation that comes from surrendering the need for approval, from recognizing that our worth is not contingent on external validation. In serving others selflessly, we access a deeper sense of purpose and joy, a joy that cannot be manufactured by material achievements or personal accolades. This joy is quiet, steady, and deeply fulfilling. After 50, many of us become aware of our finite time on this earth. This awareness can be a powerful motivator to live more fully, to act with love and intention. Service becomes a way to leave a lasting imprint, not just on the lives of those we touch, but on the quality of our own spiritual journey. Each act of compassion becomes a note in the symphony of our life, harmonizing our internal growth with our external impact. It reminds us that spirituality is not an isolated pursuit. It is a living, breathing practice that unfolds in the context of human relationships and community. Moreover, service nurtures gratitude. When we engage with others from a place of generosity, we begin to notice the abundance in our own lives. We realize that giving does not deplete us, it enriches us. Each act of kindness opens our hearts a little wider, allowing more love, more understanding, and more acceptance to flow in. In this way, service is both a mirror and a conduit, reflecting our inherent divinity and extending it outward into the world. In essence, to forget service is to overlook one of the most essential dimensions of spiritual life. To remember it and to practice it daily is to cultivate a life that is rich, meaningful, and deeply connected. Ram Dass's teachings guide us to see the sacred in every encounter, to recognize that the divine is never distant but present in every interaction, every smile, every moment of presence. As we embrace this perspective, our spiritual journey transforms from a solitary inward exploration into a shared path of love, compassion, and joy. Incorporating service into our lives is not merely an action, it is a way of being. It is an ongoing dialogue between the heart and the world, a reminder that our highest spiritual expression is measured not by our meditation hours alone, but by the depth of our compassion, the sincerity of our kindness, and the consistency of our presence. In serving others, we honor our own humanity and awaken to the divine presence that flows through all of life. And in this awakening, we discover a truth that Ram Dass illuminated for us, that to truly know ourselves, we must also serve the world. Remember, your spiritual journey after 50 is unique, beautiful, and deeply rewarding. Mistakes are part of the learning, but awareness transforms them into opportunities. Take your time, honor your body, embrace change, seek inner validation, and serve others. Your path is sacred. Walk it with love and patience.